What if the way you're handling your divorce is quietly causing damage to your child? I know it sounds harsh, but sometimes it's not the big dramatic stuff that hurts our kids. It's the little invisible moments that we don't even think about. Maybe you've tried keeping things as smooth as possible, but what if that silence is actually leaving a mark? Today, I'm going to break down how the emotional fallout from divorce can creep in unnoticed, and more importantly, how you can help to stop it. Let's protect what matters most, your child's emotional well-being. So here's the thing. Divorce isn't just hard on you, it's hard on your kids too. No matter how civil you're keeping things, your children are picking up on the tension, the stress, all the little signals. They can feel it. They may not show it, but believe me, it's there. The emotional toll of divorce can hit kids in ways that we don't even see right away. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. I'm going to walk you through a few simple steps to help your kids come through this stronger and avoid a lot of the invisible damage that divorce can leave behind. Now, let's talk about the sneaky ways divorce can affect kids, because sometimes it's not what you expect. You might think everything's fine because they aren't showing signs of pain or throwing temper tantrums or acting out. But kids are like emotional ninjas. They're experts at hiding what they're really feeling, especially when they don't want to add to your stress. So what ends up happening? They bottle it up, and it sits there like a little time bomb, ticking, waiting to go off later. And let's be honest, have you ever overheard your parents arguing when you were a kid? Didn't that leave you feeling weird and tense, even if no one directly involved you? Now imagine that, but on a much bigger scale. The arguments, the subtle digs, the uncomfortable silences, they absorb it all. Your kids might seem fine now, but down the road, that stuff can surface in ways that can mess with their emotional health, their relationships, or even how they handle conflict themselves. Okay, now that we've gotten real about the potential damage, let's talk about how you can help your kids avoid it. Here's the roadmap. Number one, open up real conversations. Look, I know the idea of having a deep talk with your kid might sound awkward, but hear me out. You don't have to be perfect, and they don't expect you to. What they need is you to show them it's okay to feel confused, sad, and even mad. Don't just ask, how is school? Ask them how they're really feeling about everything that's going on between you and their other parent, their siblings. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but those conversations are going to be the release valve that they need. You don't have to have all the answers. Just being there to listen is enough. One of the things that I did well or right was always asking each of my boys how they were doing and talking about divorce all the time and trying to make sure they were okay and trying to pay close attention to any of their changing moods. I mean, I did this all the time. I can remember the day when one of my boys said, "I know, Mom, you love me, and so does Dad. I'm good. We're all good." And he threw his little arms around me for a big hug and a laugh. You can't say, "I love you. How are you? How are you feeling?" enough. You can't say it enough. You can't say it too much. Number two, don't let them see the drama. Here's a golden rule. Your kids should not be your therapists or your messengers. I know it's tempting to vent about their other parent or use them to pass messages, but just don't. They're already dealing with enough. They have the right to love both of you and to carry on with their lives as they always have. When kids see the conflict, even if it's just an icy cold silence between you and their other parent, it can weigh on them. Try to keep the drama out of their view as much as possible. And if you need to vent, call your best buddy, not your child. Number 3, try and keep things steady. Kids need stability, especially when it feels like the ground is shifting beneath them. Divorce is already a huge change. So do what you can to keep their routines as steady as possible. It might be something simple, like keeping family dinners at the same time every night, or sticking to their usual bedtime. These little bits of normalcy can give them a sense of security when everything else seems to feel so chaotic. Number 4, keep telling them how much you and their other parent love them. Over and over and over again, tell them and show them how much they're loved. Number 5, show them how to handle tough stuff. Kids learn how to deal with tough emotions by watching how you handle them. You are their first and most important teacher. And if you're coping by screaming into a pillow, hey, no judgment here. They're going to pick up on that. But if they see you managing your stress in a healthy way, like talking things out, finding positive outlets, exercising, eating healthy, hanging out with friends, they're going to follow your lead. That doesn't mean you have to fake being okay when you're not. Be honest, but also show them that it's possible to move through the tough stuff and come out the other side stronger. Show them that sometimes things don't work out the way you expect, but you can always create something better. So what's the takeaway? Yes, divorce is messy, sad, frustrating, disappointing, it's painful, but it doesn't have to permanently mess up your children. By having real conversations, keeping the conflict out of their line of sight, providing stability, showing them how much they're loved, and modeling healthy coping mechanisms, you can help your kids to thrive even when times are challenging. If you're looking for more practical tips on how to get through this crazy process without losing your mind, check out my video on co-parenting without conflict. There's a lot more you can do to make sure your kids come out of this okay.